was back in the basement, dreaming of charts, no time for complacent. Now we mad with the team elevation, alumni deep, every name foundation. Jesus said 77 got that light. Melissa one love, holds it down every night. Alexander G, Mod Boss, Queen Job D. Been them already, whole chat nods. RS Miller in the logic and pace, breaking down dead in a silent space. Maybe a bandage with polyrhythm fire. Triplets and time patterns that inspire. All set, hop and bring the tank. Stacking knowledge while the moon boys sank. It's a throwback grind, no gimmick. LBC built this wave authentic. Still the same crew. Dropping 3, 2, 1.
We've been running through the charts, it's a time loop. Every candle like a spark from the old roots. From then to now, still the same crew. Throw it back, what we've been through. Ooh, don't lie, but the charts do.
Throw it back, what we've been through. Back in the Discord, so with passion, Piper's precision, Bucks never crashing. BC, poor core, macro locked in. OC, God keep it quiet, but he wins. Bring firewall, set, bring steel. Hard truck charts that bend was real. Maybe in the lab with the rhythm off grid, beating out beats like a blockchain kid. LBC vision, no hype, no fear. Built from the bottom, now the message clear. This ain't just TA, it's timeline travel. We swing the waves, with the normies unravel. Throw it back. Countdown layered in 5, 4. Drop incoming.
We've been running through the charts, it's a time loop. Every candle like a spark from the old roots. From then to now, still the same crew. Throw it back, what we've been through. Ooh, don't lie, but the charts do.
Throw it back, what we've been through. Remember the nights when the screen went cold. No wins, just lessons in gold. We learned it, we never fold. Now we rise in the rhythm we hold. Every loss was a line, every bounce a theme. Built this crew from a charted dream. Hollywood a first twist with a time aligns. Alumni born in the climb.
We've been running through the charts, it's a time loop. Every candle like a spark from the old roots. From then to now, still the same crew. Throw it back, what we've been through. Ooh, don't lie, but the charts do.
Throw it back, what we've been through. Throw it back, what we've been
Through, yeah.
We learned and we never fold. Now we rise in the rhythm we hold. Every loss was a line, every bounce a theme. We built this crew from a charted dream. Hollywood a twist with the time aligns. Alone not born in the climb. But we've been through, yeah.
Welcome to the night where we light up the spark. We're trading crypto, finance, you'll be mad on the charts. Hosted by the one, Lunar Beaches top shark. Dive deep into the numbers cause this ain't no lark. We're crunching all the data, making money moves fast. From Wall Street to the blockchain, making predictions last. Community together in this financial blast. Markets after dollar shatter ceilings made of glass. Mad on the charts with Lunar's bright lights. Crypto markets soaring through the night. Follow the trends, see future in sight. It's markets after dark, the financial flight. From Bitcoin to Ethereum, we're mapping the road. Stock tips and insights, secrets ready to unload. Trading strategies, sharp on knowledge be showed. Let Lunar Beaches guide you to the mother lode. Economic loops and the way the dollar flows. Community vibes where everybody grows.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome to Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts. Right here on the Piper Academy Network, Sunday through Thursday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving you all the charts and the more charts and more stuff involving charts. Because that's what we do. We go mad on the charts. Thank you all for being here. I do appreciate each and every single last one of you. I hope you all had an amazing day. Middle of the week, we're done. There's only 2 days left till the weekend. And then there's only 1 week left until this time Well, maybe not this time at night, but maybe I'll be on the beach. But I'll be on the beach a week from today, and pretty stoked about that, man. Pretty stoked about that. Ready to get some fresh calamari and some fresh oysters, and just have a good old time with the family. Big family trip, and yeah, just ready for it. Ready for some actual beaching. You know what I mean? Ready for some actual beaching. What's going on? Madhouse, hope you're all doing well. Let's go ahead and bring you guys up. Welcome, Madhouse. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. Let's go ahead and say good evening to everybody that's commented so far, chatted so far, and of course, number one, as usual, as typical, most of the time. Technically number one all the time, because she's always popping up the Discord in there, link in there well before the stream even starts. So, of course, I'm talking about the mod boss, the mod queen, the mod lord, the mod deity, the mod god, Alexandra G. What's going on, Alexandra G? Hope you had an amazing day. Thank you for being here and pinning that Discord link in the chat as always. Don't forget to join the Discord. It's a cost of YouTube membership, which is $5 a month. And it gets you all kinds of perks. It's a trading group. We've got trading channels. We've got Q&A stuff. We've got Piper's DCA, dynamic DCA plan, which is pretty killer. Also does some altcoin DCA, dynamic DCA stuff. Get in the Discord, check it out. Personally, I've been a little bit absent as of late in Discord in general, just across the board. Doesn't matter the Discord. I've been pretty absent. I've just been working on myself a lot, you know, trying to get trying to figure out my brain and new systems. And now that I'm starting to get an idea of what my issues have been for pretty much most of my life, that I just never really addressed because I thought I was fine, but things happen and you tend to start to reflect, and you're like, something's just not right. So, in order for me to be able to better serve you guys, I have to work on myself. And, you know, we all go through I don't know if you would consider it a growing pain, but it's always good. I can't say we all do it, because there's a lot of people that need to do some self-reflection. But I think it's always good to do some self-reflection, kind of ground yourself in the here and the now, and understand yourself and how you work and how you function, because especially if you are in these markets, you've got to get to know yourself, and you've got to be able to make decisions and trade based on who you are as a person, because if you don't, you're very likely going to get wrecked. The core basic rules of risk management are always there, but trading styles and strategies and that is completely a personal thing. How you manage your risk is a personal thing, but most pro traders that have been doing it for a while, you know, they have their set max limit. So 1% per trade, 1% of the account per trade that you're risking, meaning you can only lose 1% of your account on the trade. And if you take like 2 losses in a day, or you just take 2 trades, just take 2 trades in one day, and that's it, and just be done. Win, lose, break even, whatever it is, 2 trades, and wrap it up. Be done for the day, move on to the next day. If you're trading New York, you got the morning session and the afternoon session. So that's what you do. That's what I do. That's one of my rules moving forward is no more than 2 trades in a day. Cut your losses early, feed your winners, and take profit and make money. And figure yourself out before you do any of that. What's going on? All set. Good evening. Let's get after it. Let's go. Harp throwing up the metal horns. Thank you for being here, Harp, as always. Thank you for always sharing the positive vibes, All Set, as well. Thank you. Jay Vi, thank you for being here. Do appreciate you. You said Duality C. Oh, yep. Duality C is also here. Thank you for being here, Duality. DC. Kelly, what's going on, Kelly? Mindset. Yeah, it's all about that mindset. Got you. No more than 20 trades a day. Yeah, exactly. No more than 20 trades a day. Now that's like intraday trading. So, well, I mean, technically there could be scalps too, but yeah, no more than 2 trades a day. I say that for scalps because currently I've been in a XRP long for probably a week now, and I'm just holding on to it. I actually added to it not that long ago on the most recent pullback. I added to it, and yeah, because of this right here is very interesting to me. This is your Bitcoin dominance chart. We came up to a resistance line that I placed several months ago. I believe it is a weekly, it is a weekly fair value gap from, is that a year ago? Oh, wow, from January of 2021. So created at the peak of the market in 2021, essentially the peak of the market. And that is the exact level that we've gotten back to. Once we broke down from there is when we got our alt season. Could history be repeating itself from the exact same level? Well, right now, that's what it looks like it's doing. So you've got your Bitcoin dominance falling, which means what? We come over to our altcoins. This is your total 2, so this does include Ethereum. It does also include your stable coins, but anytime I add this, so it's 1.2 trillion. So if I just do minus USDT, this is market cap minus USDT minus USDC, and you take out about 200 billion, but the chart's basically the same. So yeah, moving on up, let's back this up a little bit. All right, so let's move this down. All right, so that total 2 looking like it's trying to get a breakout. I think I was talking about how this might be a running flat, and it does look like that's kind of what it has turned into. We could say that, or we could just say, you know, it was a rising channel. Got to be careful with the rising channels. We got to get that breakout. We've got to get some conviction in these breakouts. Otherwise, they will likely turn out to be fake outs. Let's go over to the total 3. So this excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. See where we broke out from. Headed for maybe a $1 trillion market cap for the measured move, at least. Now, if I come over here and I pull from high to low, that does get us up to 786, which would be my next level to watch. Well, really the next level to watch is going to be around the 1 trillion. This is $954 billion at the 618. So about that, I mean, as you approach the $1 trillion mark, we might, slow down here. But ultimately, I think we will break through and get to that 0.786 at $1.03 trillion. Then the $1 trillion question will be, will that be the top of the altcoin market? Or will this continue even higher? Now, if we are going to go super mega bull, then this will have to turn into a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3 to break the high. You can even come back 4 and then 5, potentially up to here, and then all the way up to here, close to $2 trillion market cap, which is possible. I think it's possible. But if we look at the last cycle, this is 2021. We did get up to 1.2 trillion last cycle, and we actually already broke that. We created a new all-time high on our altcoins already. That's on the total 3 too. That doesn't even include Ethereum. Yeah. Time to go parabolic. We're so close. USDT dominance is falling, continuing to fall. Looking good here. USDT dominance falling means it's inverse correlated with our risk on assets, so we want to see that to continue to fall. And our total DeFi got that break above this high again, holding it, looking for a big break to the upside. Let's get the show on the road, guys. Question is, there still hasn't been a catalyst, and I feel like there's something that's coming, because there's always, maybe not even a catalyst, but there will be a narrative tied to the price, because there's always a narrative tied to the price. So I don't know what that narrative is going to be. The big beautiful bill's already passed, so I don't know. Maybe we start talking about Bitcoin Reserve again or something. I'm not quite sure. But what I do know is that we, across the board on all of our altcoins, our others, we are right there on the brink of breaking out. And we actually have had some breakouts today. Not Ethereum yet. Ethereum still in the megaphone pattern, coming up on these equal highs over here. So definitely expect those to get swept at the very least. But Ethereum finally starting to look like it might be getting somewhere, but we'll see. We shall see. Now, switching over to the stock market, let's take a look at the indices. Our S&P 500 is still maintaining the highs, and it's also still maintaining and respecting this trend line. So you got the low, bounce, hit that, hitting that again. And I think this thing will just continue. I don't know that it's going to pull back and backtest, to be quite honest with you, because it's looking kind of bullish. It might come down and backtest the red line and then go, but I don't know that it's going to come all the way back down to the previous all-time high before it moves back to the upside. We might be getting some front running going on. The NASDAQ still holding the highs as well, still chopping around at the highs. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see big explosive moves and then drops. I want to see continued grind to the upside, because that typically means buyers are stepping in, and we should expect continuation to the upside. Our Dow Jones is so close to breaking out into a new all-time high. once this goes, Bitcoin's going to go. I mean, Bitcoin technically broke a new all-time high today, I believe. Although it was extremely short-lived. Go ahead and get over to the Bitcoin chart. And let's go ahead and take this. What's going on, Trade Intuition? Trader Joe, Tradester Joe. Bingo and a bango. Thank you for being here, brother. But yeah, as you can see, we did get a sweep. Just a nice sweep of the high over here, of the all-time high. So we will have to watch that. We don't want this turning into just an ABC correction to the upside, but I do like that we broke above this downwards trend, and we have been maintaining that trend. Yeah, turn that off. Here we go. So, and we actually held, consolidated on top of it, and then pushed higher. So, will it continue? Is the $1 million question. So we did create a 4-hour fair value gap right here that also overlaps this wick over here. Push this across this wick over here. So we could come down into this 10, we'll just call it the 110 to 110 600 zone. 110,000 to 110,600. Do you do scalp trades, LBC? When I have the time to do it. I'm usually at work during the best time to do it, which is during the New York session, both the morning and the PM sessions. But because of, so I go into work at 7. The market opens an hour and a half later. And by that time, I'm usually at a job doing work. So I don't really have the best ability. Like, I could set alerts and everything, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be able to catch the trade. It is what it is. So I've been doing more swing trades lately. I'm just in a, currently I'm only in one swing trade, XRP swing trade. But yeah, so coming back down to back test that level would not be shocking at all, as it was previous resistance, and we are trying to flip it into support. And it might not even come back and back test it. I mean, it might not, but it looks like it's kind of looking like it will. Just have to wait and see. And if it does, then I might fire off a swing long on Bitcoin. And just put that stop really tight, because I've told you guys several times, flashbang, told you guys several times that this could just be an ABC. My very original idea was that we would come and take out the all-time high and then get this ABC. You know, as price develops, you try to see if there's anything else that could be happening in here, but at this current point in time, this could just be another ABC. So, and even if we get a little bit more continuation, fall back into the range, and it's not good. What I want to see is, I really want to see some conviction in this next move, pushing up, breaking. I'd say I'd want it to break at least 114K. Let's see what this measured move would be. Let's see. Not measured move really, but it's coming off of. So this would be equal to the first wave in here, this A wave. And because your A wave and your C waves are typically equal or similar in length, they don't have to be exactly, but they're pretty similar typically. But it doesn't mean this can't stop here. And if this actually moves further to the upside, then I can go and throw a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we get something like that, then I will invalidate this. And then what I'd be looking for is to be going giga long on that next ABC to the downside, however that looks. I would just be DCAing or something into the long on that one. So because after that, that's going to be your last chance to get in before Bitcoin goes on its last push to the upside, in my opinion. So still in a wait and see game for me, but did get some impulsive price action here today. So things could actually be a little bit more bullish on the shorter term than I had anticipated, obviously. But I did say about mid-July, I'd expect to see a turnaround, see the low get put in and see a turnaround. Now, technically, if we were to continue to go, then the low would have been put in on July 1st. July 1st. So July 1st or early July 2nd. One of those two. But either way, seeing that low coming down here, bouncing off of the point of control, coming up here, breaking above the value area high. It's just like, man, I don't know, could be going, especially when you get a nice push like this. So go down into even shorter term time frames, see what we got going on here. So this could be your second wave here. This is a pretty big wave when you come back down to the lower time frames. So this could have been the start of a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 that breaks the high. Potentially. Third wave always breaks the local swing high. Technically, this was a 5-wave impulse down here. Even though the first wave was the longest wave of the move, the third wave was not the shortest. The fifth wave was. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're getting there. So if this does get a little push up here, I mean, I would really want to see some conviction in the next move to the upside. Because if it just comes up and we wick up and then we come back down, then this ABC is probably going to play out. More likely than not. So we'll see. Just watching and waiting, being patient. I'm only looking for longs. So I'm only looking for lows to long from. That's about it. Just looking for demand zones to long from. Not looking for any shorts. Not trying to short the market. I'd much rather be patient and just wait for a long opportunity than to try and short this market, because the next move will be pushed by leverage. So will be pushed by your perpetuals. So with that in mind, it's going to be volatile, and you don't want to be on the opposite end of those trades. If you want to laugh, I'm working on a new song for one of my trollers. Should be posted tomorrow. I think everyone will get a good laugh. There you go. So yeah. We shall see. We shall see. Can we get the break? Or are we gonna have to take a little bit more of a detour before we get that big push to the upside? Personally, I would prefer this. Just because longer consolidation means the higher we're gonna go. So, but I don't know. It was maybe like a $10,000-$20,000 difference on that. So, I mean, really, the money to be made in this market, I believe, from here on out, is going to be in the altcoin market. Just because they will outpace Bitcoin in gains. That's why you see the market dominance falling for Bitcoin. Now I was talking about XRP, and it's sitting there on a macro downtrend trying to get a break above it. Technically, it's broken above it just a tad, but not counting that. I want to get these two. So, yeah. Looks good to me. So, yeah. XRP, man, if it can get that break up and break above this high too, then that's even better. So, I started my long at 220. And I just added to it earlier before I came on stream. And it brought my entry up to 230, 2.3051 is what it was. 2.3051. So it's like basically right in here. So just looking for the breakout. Hopefully I'll get it. Stop loss moved in profit. We shall see. Brad Garlinghouse rather, testified today in front of the Digital Asset Committee, something like that. What's going on, Melissa? One Love, you're late. You're late. But that's okay. Only Alexandra G will hold it against you, okay? I'm late for a very important date. Oh, I keep forgetting. All right, wrong chart. Let's go back over here. Let's go to this one. Yeah, we got that resistance right up there at about 266. I think XRP is headed up that way. Now, if we go from this high to this high, then we've already broken out. But if we take in as many highs as possible, if we include both these big swing highs, then we have not yet fully broken out. And this slices through the middle of these highs, but more importantly, it hits the top of this high before this big push to the downside. So I prefer this. Speaking of preferring thing, let's put look at that. So we are above the range VWAP. Let's go ahead and make the range over here. So we're still below the range VWAP. Let's go from the high. Right below it, man. Right below it. It's getting so close, getting ready to burst. From this high, we're above it. The closer we get, I'm going to imagine the more on top of the VWAP we're going to get. Yeah, you can see we're starting to get above that VWAP, but the longer term trend, we are still fighting on the VWAP. So, well, we weren't fighting it there. We are fighting it from this high over here. So breakthrough That 244, 245. And then it's probably a straight shot to 265, 266. So, if not higher. It is to be seen. It is to be seen. Now, if we go over to the XRP BTC chart, enter, we finally broke above this major resistance, and we are consolidating on top of it on the XRP BTC chart. Now, we have put in a bearish divergence, but that could just be the pullback, and you can see we got the pullback. This is on the 4-hour too. We got the pullback, and we're getting a bounce off of those highs on the XRP BTC pairing, which just bodes even better for XRP to continue to the upside. So, we shall see on XRP. H-bar, how we looking over here, fam? We got the breakout, we got the back test, back into demand, starting to get a push to the upside. We're on the 3-day. Let's go to the daily. Okay, so, and then we also got the breakout of these highs. Boop, 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 boop. There we go. Breakout, held the trend line and continuing to push higher. Now we need to get that shift in the market structure. Breaking above this high would be the first really good sign of a shift, but breaking above this one is the ultimate one that we want to get above at about 0.228 cents for H-bar. Get above that one, then we look for the pullback to go gig along from, in my opinion. So that is what I am looking for on the H-bar. We've got Optimus Prime or Optimism. Yeah, Optimism. Bullish divergence. Immediately see that. Break down or break above the trend yet? Nope. Trend is still holding this down. Optimism could be, I don't know. I mean, it's obviously, so we're above the zero line in the Prime Oscillator Pro Plus. Don't forget to check out Chart Prime, guys. Link in the description down below. Get 45% off your first month. Get this sweet, sweet trading indicator package. Comes also with the access to the Chart Prime Discord, where you can get signals, talk to other traders, talk to the Chart Prime experts in there, and just get to learn it. Get to learn the whole deal. Get your classes once a day from our very own OC guy, and of course my good friend and the Otter Lord, Otter Boss, Otter God, Alex Crypto. So we also got this breakdown here. Oh yeah, check out Chart Prime today. Link in the description and in the chat. In about 3, 2, 1. Oh, didn't happen. Oh well. So we got the breakout also on the oscillator. So just looking for some continuation here out of optimism, and it looks like we might be get it. You could say I am optimistic on optimism. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Getting a nice move right now. No bearish divergences. Still above the zero line. Still pretty strong. Oh, there it is. Alexander G coming in clutch as always. Yeah, optimism's looking good. SWE I know was looking good today. Getting some nice movement to the upside, breaking the local high. Looking good. Curve also looking pretty good. LTC, what's going on, Litecoin? I realized earlier today, because of course I think about stuff and I just kind of, out of nowhere, and I just kind of just beat myself up for it, even though I kind of shouldn't. I really shouldn't, but I remember Kelly asking me about Litecoin. I think it was last night, and I just completely forgot to do it. But doing it now. I got a nice sweep of the low over here. This is on the 4 hour, so we got the sweep of that low back in June, and we've been just grinding to the upside, just about with everything, just like everything else is kind of doing. But Litecoin has actually been holding up pretty well this cycle. It's actually hasn't really done too terribly compared to a lot of other coins. The one thing that it hasn't done great against is Bitcoin, but it did sweep its bear market low. Well, no, swept its 2024 low. Not even the bear market lows, but it did come down and take out those bear market lows. And yeah, right now Litecoin is a little bit of a struggle. It's in a little bit of a struggle. But we do have here on the weekly chart on the Litecoin Bitcoin paired weekly chart. Look at the Batman on this one. Got the bullish divergence, so bouncing off of the lows. So we just want to see this thing start to show some strength in here, and then wait for a pullback, and then let it push to the upside. And Bitcoin at the same time. Was I on the weekly on that? I sure was. I thought it was on the 4 hour. Why did I go to the weekly? Oh, I guess to zoom out. I mean, it's almost there, man. Everything is just like on the cusp, and I'm just waiting for the catalyst. What is the catalyst going to be that breaks us out? What's the catalyst going to be that breaks us out? If we are to break out. I just don't know. I don't know what it is other than some kind of major trade announcement. Maybe the China trade got resolved, trade stuff got resolved. I don't know, man. I have no idea what it could be. Jerome Powell stepping down. There's been rumors about that. None of them, of course, have been substantiated or come from credible sources. So I don't see it happening at this point in time, but never know. Russell 2000 still just grinding along to the upside. So but as long as it continues to grind in the right direction, that's all we could ask for. We want that Russell 2000 to really get pushing, because that would really show some breadth opening up in the market and more risk on behavior from traders and investors. So as these are this is essentially like your altcoins of the stock market, the low market cap gems, as some would say. You just got to find those low market cap gems. All of our tech stocks doing pretty good except for Tesla. Apple, Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft, Nvidia. All but one of those was over a 1% gain today, with a couple over 1.5%, Meta and Nvidia. And I know that Meta's been trying to, well, it's got nothing to do with Nvidia, but I know Meta's been trying to steal some OpenAI devs, coders, whatever you call them, to work on their AI stuff. AI is gonna, man, I don't know when that train is gonna stop, because it's at a point where, I mean, it just keeps growing. And when you have that type of growth, I mean, what's the peak? Singularity? Like, who knows? How's our copper doing? Got a nice little pump up in copper. Now, this could be an early indicator of what? Can anybody guess? If the price of copper is going up, that means there is demand for copper. What could that indicate potentially? Can anybody guess, or does anybody know? Where's something with some history on it? War. No. So close. Shortage and squeeze. No. Think macroeconomics. What could it mean? What does copper go into a lot of? I see if there's one that's got more history on it, but I don't think so. Freedom seeds. Yes, freedom seeds. Bullets. No, I was actually thinking more along the lines of houses. Construction. Could we be getting a demand in copper because we can see the copper is in demand? AC systems and cars, not so much housing anymore. Oh, is that right? What I do know is that a lot of pool pump motors have copper in them. AC systems have copper in them. Cellular devices have copper in them. A lot of stuff has copper in them. But it could mean, in general, construction and manufacturing. So, with copper being more in demand, could be seeing some more construction and manufacturing, things being built. You don't buy this stuff so that you can build stuff unless you think you're going to have buyers of the stuff that you build. And so copper is sitting here at $5.63. Or is it just 5.63? I honestly don't know how this one works because this is a CFD. So not exactly. What is copper's? Is it? No. Oh yeah, it is. CU USD? No. CU copper. Oh, here's a USD chart. Oh, is that the one I'm on? Oh, okay. Maybe it is $5.63. What's going on, David Brumbelow in the jungle? AC and DC motors, alternators, starters, heating and cooling system, copper piping outside of AC systems isn't using in housing much anymore. A lot of the houses of which pools we build, a lot of these people like to use a lot of copper. At least in my area, they like to use a lot of copper stuff. More for the aesthetic than anything else. Gold, is gold doing the thing? Yeah, looks like it's trying to do the thing. Pop up, pull back, keep on going. Dave knows. David Brumbelow knows. See, I'm just talking about stuff. I'm just pulling it out of my butt from listening to Piper and OC Guy talk about it. But I do know that copper is in a lot of stuff, and that the price of it going up means that there's demand for it. Demand is going up, so obviously ish is getting built. Okay, they used to here until people cleaned everyone out. Oh. Yeah. I'm trying to think. Is it copper piping that my city was using? It's like really old piping, like the water system. I think it was copper. And they've been like ripping it up and replacing it with something else. Not sure what. But they've been taking, I think it's copper. Pretty sure. Been taking the copper out because copper's getting into the water, I guess. David, do you think BTC is coming down some more? You talking to Brumbolo? I guess so. Jungalo, Brumble and the Jungalo, as I like to call him. David Brumble and the Jungalo. Now Silver is trying to have its own little party. Okay, it's getting very close. We were pointing out this cup and handle here, potentially heading to $190. We shall see, which would be. Oh, I took it off. No wonder. From current price, we're looking at a 4x, potentially on silver. So, yeah, man. But this just goes to show you, just goes to show between this and gold, that just having exposure and slowly buying stuff, buying dips and just holding on to stuff over the long term can really, really pay off. The great thing about these assets and being in markets for a long period of time and holding assets is that once you build up enough wealth, you are able to borrow against it. And you don't even have to sell. It's what all the rich people do. They just collateralize their assets. What Elon Musk does. It's what they all do. It's what all people that are. It's what all the smart money does. They just borrow against their assets and go and make money with it, pay off the interests or whatever, and then keep the difference. And that, my friends, is how banks work. They take your money, they go and invest it, you pay the interest, and they make a difference. They get your interest and they get to invest it and make more money off of it. And that's why Bitcoin, being able to use Bitcoin as collateral is going to be great. Because you could just borrow against your Bitcoin, I guess. What I've been hearing. For your mortgages and stuff. Pretty neat stuff. I was watching Kelly Kellum. Not watching, but I was listening to Kelly Kellum. I want to say last week he had some guy on from some kind of I forget the name of it. I don't want to say it was like Liberty Capital or something. Can't remember. He did an interview and dude was talking about their whole I guess business plan for getting mortgages and using your Bitcoin as collateral so that you can get. Oh wait, I did it again. I did it. Wait, and it's staying on here. What? Never seen that before. Okay, so I just click on the candle and hold it down. Huh. Crazy. Daily Mail sounds like a perfect bend me over story. I used to, might get back into it in 2026. I'm seeing up to go stocks and commodities in January 2026. We shall see. You trade commodities, LBC? What sounds like a bend me over story? Please tell me this. Evening all. Good evening, Bandage. How you doing? Do I trade commodities? No. Not yet. Sure, I'll get there one day. The things about like copper and gold and stuff is, I mean, yeah, you can get big gains in it, but they're more inflation hedges. So you're just like putting your money in them over time, and then when you go through like recessions and stuff like that, that's when they tend to move up. They can get a little bit of extra cash if you need to. I just treat it more as like for me, treating gold and silver, maybe even copper, definitely gold and silver, just treating them as more like a savings account, like you do with Bitcoin. That's kind of how I view them, because I view Bitcoin as a commodity as well. So yeah, I think yeah. So seeing as how I trade Bitcoin, I guess I technically do trade commodities. What's another one? Earl, that light crude, 67.295. Why does oil look like it's about to go on a crazy bull run? That sucks. Please just crash. LOL, that's one way to look at it, David. Sorry, I thought you were making a crushing soul story due to banks fees and bad economy. No, no, no. What I don't like, I don't care. I think collateralizing, being able to collateralize Bitcoin is pretty big and not a terrible idea, to be honest with you. What I don't like is essentially fractionalizing Bitcoin. That's what I don't like. You know, when you have companies buying Bitcoin treasuries, I guess, and then breaking up the ownership of the Bitcoin between different people, something like that. That's what I don't like. People shouldn't even, hopefully we'll get to a point where people that are putting their money in the ETFs will understand that holding the Bitcoin themselves is going to be more beneficial for them in the long run. We're not quite there yet, but hopefully we will get there. We shall see. But for now, we do need the liquidity. So if we want it to go up, that is. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. Yes, we will see. Oh my goodness. Well, that was a quick hour, man. Did I go over anything? Did you guys learn anything? Like, geez. That might have been the quickest hour of the week. I look high. Oh my god, time flies. Yeah, man. Let's go back over to the chart real quick because I do want to see if our little trade strategy would have worked today. We're going to go to the 3 minutes. We're going to look at this one. All right, so what do we do at market open? Why is New York not showing on here? Why aren't y'all showing? History? Yep. Well, I don't know how that got unclicked. All right, so first hour of the day. This is prior, so this is the 9:30 open here. So we can see we get a sweep. So the first thing that we do is we take out the Asia high during London, and then in the first hour between when cash markets open between 8:30 and 9:30, we get the sweep of the high. Then we get a push down. We sweep the London low again, and then just go zoom into the upside from there. Yesterday, we swept the London lows, and we pushed to the upside. So Asia has been more of a consolidation, with New York having to push up to take out London high, push down to take out London low, and then continuation to the upside, followed by more consolidation for Asia, sweep above London high, sweep below London low, and then push to the upside. Yeah, I think it would have played out. Let's take a look at our oscillator here. Any bull divvies? Not really on the 3 minute. This was showing some pretty good strength up here. There's your bull div. So you get the sweep, and then you finally get a bull div here. It's a hidden bull div, where you have the oscillator putting in a low while the price is putting in a higher high, and then you get the big push to the upside, pull back into the gap, and then off and away you go. So yeah, that would have been nice. And that comes in 1:30 p.m. right after lunch hour. Right after lunch. That's when you get moves. You get moves in the morning, typically, until about 10:30, 11. And then you get the second half of the day pushing to the upside. So, upside, downside, whichever way it is that day. But anyways, what's going on, John Jermaine? Thank you for showing up. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. That's going to be it, guys. I do appreciate each and every single last one of you for being here tonight. That was a very quick stream, but I guess that happens when you just talk and 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 just break down all of the charts that you possibly can in a short time span. But overall, guys, I think hopefully we will, excuse me. Hopefully we will see some continuation tomorrow, because that would show, okay, this might be an actual real move. So I just want to see some conviction. At the very least, if Bitcoin goes sideways, I would like to see a lot more altcoins popping off, because that would really show some strength in the market, really starting to come in. But ultimately, if not this week, if we do end up putting in that ABC to the downside to about 104-ish, 104K-ish area, then yeah, that's when I'm going to start going gig along because I think that's when the bottom would be in. But what was I saying? Anyways, yeah. Either way, I think we're either breaking out probably, I don't know, the way it's looking this week, and then we'll just have to see what happens over the next 2 weeks. I think we are within weeks of major breakouts. So, if not days, if not hours, we're very close. We went through a lot of charts tonight. You see a lot of stuff bull flagging out, and a lot of those bull flags on a lot of coins that have already broken out. So, it is getting down to crunch time. It's time to really lock in. If you have long-term bags, it's time to, if you don't already have exit strategies, please, for the love of all things holy, get your exit strategies in order, because you likely will not have a whole lot of time to get out. This market, once it gets going, each coin will pop off here and there. You'll get coins popping off here and there. You'll 5 one day, 5 another, 40, 50% gains. That's what I like to see anyway. I still think we're going to get it. I don't care what the naysayers say. I still think we're going to get stuff like that. I just don't think it's going to be a broad market thing, because most of the market is garbage. And but a lot of the stuff is dead and people just aren't touching them. So like I've been telling you guys, just look for stuff that's showing strength, not only in their USD pairing, but also their Bitcoin pairings. So if you've got those two matched, you got both of those pushing pretty hard to the upside, both against the dollar and Bitcoin, then those cryptos are very likely to see some big USD gains and Bitcoin gains. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, it's getting crunch time, guys. So time to get the house in order. Oh, but that's it, guys. Tomorrow, FOMO Friday. We're going to have FOMO Friday tomorrow night. Can't wait to see you all there. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button on your way out, smashing that subscribe button if you are new, joining the channel, which would then give you access to the Discord, and checking out Blowfin and Chart Prime, and I guess NordVPN too. But don't forget to come back tomorrow for Good Morning Crypto with BC Port Corp, the morning market report with the OC guy and Army Piper, and then maybe OC guy in the evening. I still haven't figured that out. I've said that like every day this week. And yeah, and then I'll be right back here for FOMO Friday. Thank you for joining me. I'm Lunar Beaches Crypto. This is Markets After Dark, where we go mad on the charts. See you guys later. Mad love and peace out. Bye.
Flashback goes back in the basement, dreaming of charts, no time for complacent. Now we mad with the team elevation, alumni deep, every name foundation. Jesus said 77 got that light. Melissa One Love holds it down every night. Alexander GGG, my boss, Queen Job D. Been Emma ready, whole chat nods. RS Miller in the logic and pace, breaking down dead in a silent space. Maybe a bandage with polyrhythm fire. Triplets and time patterns that inspire. All set, Harper bring the tank. Stacking knowledge while the moon boy sank. It's a throwback grind, no gimmick. LBC built this wave authentic. Still the same crew.
Dropping 3, 2, 1.
Keep me running through the charts, it's a time loop. Every candle like a spark from the old roots. From then
in. OC got keep it quiet, but he wins. Frank bring firewall, set bring steel. Hard truck charts that bend what's real. Maybe in the lab with the rhythm off grid. Beating out beats like a blockchain kid. LBC vision, no hype, no fear. Built from the bottom, now the message clear. This ain't just TA, it's timeline travel. We swing the waves where the normies unravel. Throw it back. Countdown layered in 5-4. Drop incoming.
We've been running through the charts, it's a time loop. Every candle like a spark from the old roots. From then to now, still the same crew. Throw it back, what we've been through. Ooh, don't lie, but the charts too.
Throw it back, what we've been through. Remember the nights when the screen went cold. No wins, just lessons in gold. We learned it, we never fold. Now we rise in the rhythm we hold. Every loss was a line, every bounce a theme. We built this crew from a charted dream. Hollywood a first twist with a time aligns. Alumni born in a climb.
We've been running through the charts, it's a time loop. Every candle like a spark from the old roots. From then to now, still the same crew. Throw it back.
Like we've been through. Totally forgot to, I think I forgot. Thank you, Alexander G. Hope you all have an amazing, beautiful, wonderful, radical sleep. And I'll catch you in the next one. Mad love. Peace out.
Ooh, don't lie, but the charts too.
Throw it back, what we've been through. Throw it back,
What we've been through, yeah.
we learned and we never fold. Now we rise in the rhythm we hold. Every loss was a line, every bounce a theme. We built this crew from a charted dream. Hollywood a twist where the time aligns. Alumni born in the climb. What we've been through, yeah.
Ride the lunar stars, drifting past the dark. Ooh, ride the lunar spark. Ooh, ride the lunar spark. Ride the lunar stars, drifting past the dark. Sharp brown guides where shadows arc. We go mad, markets after dark. Candles glowing warm. Soft tides move the chart. Trade by moon and cosmic heart. We go mad, markets after dark. We go mad, markets after dark.
Night breathes in waves and silence. Fibonacci spirals hung with guidance. Algos sleep, but we remain, reading patterns like astral rain. Alexandra moves with grace and spark. Jesus saves 7, lights up the dark. R.S. Miller finds truth in the zone. Frank the Tank carves the unknown.
Ride the lunar spark, drifting past the dawn. Sharp line guides where shadows arc. We go mad, markets after dark. Candles glowing warm. Soft tides move the chart. Trade by moon and cosmic heart. We go mad, markets after dark. We go mad, markets after dark.
All set waits like the morning breeze. Harp strum signals from ancient seas. Bandage blends in a polyrhythm tide. Piper walks where price may hide. OC guy with the liquidity map. Book feel it flow when the candles nap. BC Port Corp, calm and bright. Moves the market with moonlit sight.
Ride the lunar spark, drifting past the dawn. Drop prime glows in a spectral arc. We go mad, markets after dark. Cryptic flow, celestial art. Tides align, we play our part. This is peace inside the charge. We go mad, markets after dark. Drifting past the dawn. Shotgun guns with shadows like we go mad. Markets after dark.
Cryptic flow, celestial art. Tides align, we play our part. This is peace inside the chart. We go mad. Markets after dark.